Artist. Good morning, Ms. Lowe. You're making a modern art piece with your scientists that you're learning about in ELA and writing about. The first thing you're going to do with your Sharpie after taping it down is make your simple lines. Remember, if you accidentally make a line wrong, don't go over it. Just leave it. It's still going to be cool because it's modern art. It doesn't have to be perfect. So we're going to go on the outside. I'm tracing on the outside of his eye instead of on the inside because it would be better for his eye to be too big than too small. So on the outside, I'm making the rainbow shape for the eye. I'm going to zoom in so you guys can see it. And then I'm going to do a smile shape for the bottom going on the outside. It's okay if it messes up, just don't go over it. His eyeball, part of it's hidden under the top eyelid. So I'm going to do a circle shape that's kind of more of a semicircle. I am going to keep a little highlight, a little white spot. So when I color it in with the Sharpie, I'm just keeping a little white spot. You can make that white spot smaller if you want, but you can't make it bigger, so start bigger. The next eye, rainbow, and then a smile on the outside. It's okay if it's not perfect. Look, I messed up my line a little bit, but I'm not trying to remake it. Then the semicircle, and then a little dot. And then I'm going to color in the black part and leave that little highlight. I'm going to try to match my highlights on both eyes, so this one I'm making a little smaller. It's okay if you make a mistake. There you go. You can switch your Sharpies out if you need to. The next thing we're going to do are the eyebrows. So I start with a little line. Even with the girls, I start with a little line. And then I do two rainbows. One that goes to a point. And then the second one's going to match at this point. So it's like connecting the dots with a rainbow. I'm going to leave it not colored in just because I like how it looks with all of the weird colors. But if you did want to make it black, you could color it in black. It would look kind of like that. Your choice. This one I didn't do that. I think it looks better not colored in, but you can choose. Line, rainbow, rainbow. Next thing is the nose. So most of you might only be doing one side of the nose. Just that first line that's kind of like sticking out more. And I'm following along and then I stop. See how I'm not doing this side? Just like with this one, I only did one side of the nose. Same with her. It's showing like the turn of his face a little bit. The next thing, no, it looks really good so far. The lips, so the male lips are really thin, so this is harder to do if you have a boy. Easier if you have one, like Anna Strong or one of the girls. But you're going to come up a little bit and then go to the point. Up a little bit and go to the point. All the lips go the same kind of way. There's a little line in the middle. And then the lower lip. It's hard with the men because their lips kind of like more tight. And then around his mouth, he's got these little lines. You can see Anna, I just did one on hers. Benjamin Franklin, on his, I did two, one on each side. On Thomas Paine, he had three. So you just look at their face and see where the lines are. And if you see a line on yours, like there's like a little line on the chin, you can put the lines wherever you see. You also can do the eyelids. If you see a little crease on the eyelids, you could add that too.
Wait, I don't even see no line.
Those are optional. Can I do the hat? Yeah, so the next step, Mona,
Lisa,
is the hair, the face, and the hat. And then after that, we'll move to the neck and the clothing. So I'm going to kind of follow his hairline around, go down his jaw to his chin, back up and around, and then follow the hairline at the top. That's for the face, but I've got to do the hair too, right? So I'm going to kind of follow his hair. If it's curly, I might do more of a wavy line. If it's straight, I might do more of a straight line. If it's kind of going out like that, I'll do that little design with my lines. I see a little bit of his ear. I see a lot of his ear on this side, so I'm going to trace that. I'm even going to trace the little shadow in his ear, just a tiny bit. If you want to add some texture to the hair, like if your hair's curly, you could do a little curl, some curls. If it's straight, you could do a couple lines like that. I did 3 lines up here. Maybe I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4 over here. Maybe 1 right there. Maybe 1, 2, 3 right there. You can just kind of think about where you might want to add a little bit of texture to the hair. Don't have to do that. Maybe if you're a head, you do it, and maybe if you're not a head, that you don't. A lot of people forget the neck. So his neck starts here and goes all the way down. And then I see his neck over here, and I'm following the clothing line to make his neck. And then I can move on to the clothes. So the clothes have all kinds of different lines. They don't have to be perfect. They wore these like shirts that folded over, kind of like our modern male shirts. But you can make it and design it how you see fit. You can add a box around if you want to. You're gonna put your name at the top. So Quinn, go ahead and put your name at the top. And then you're gonna make, put your scientist name. And then this is the other part that we are adding. We are adding something that they show us that's good. So he didn't just invent the cotton gin. He was a problem solver. He was a thinker. He was smart. So you could also put be smart, be a problem solver, be a thinker. Hopefully he was doing it because he wanted to be helpful. Like he didn't want people to have to be doing all this hard work that could be done by a machine. So maybe you put be helpful. Maybe he was doing it because he wanted to make the world more kind. So you could put be kind. So for Anna Strong, she was a spy that helped. She made some like little inventions or like ideas to help the soldiers in the Revolutionary War. So we put for her, when we did this one the other day, be brilliant. You could put be clever. Put it by the name. That's why, remember I said when you were planning where to put the plastic, you can put it, if you have room up here, you can put it up here. If you have extra room at the bottom, you can put it down here. You can put it wherever you see fit. So Eli Whitney, I'm gonna put B.
That's true.
I think, let's vote, clever or helpful?
I put be smart.
Helpful, okay, let's do helpful. And then you could put an exclamation after that. You could make it all capitals, you can make it all lowercase. Kind of pick what you want to do. Okay, so this is the part. Remember I said there were 2 steps that you have to do right in order for it to not look weird. You have to flip it. You're gonna have your name up here. I'm just gonna put low. When you flip it, all of your words will be backwards. So if your words are not backwards, it's not right. Ball up your tape and get ready to throw that away. Everybody has a little bit of white. So it's backwards. Make sure yours is backwards. After you flip it, we're gonna do the eyeballs. This is the part, remember I said it's either gonna be creepy or cool. If you do this part, it's gonna be cool. If you skip this part, it will be creepy. So I want to make sure that his eyes are white. If you look at Anna Strong, her face is all weirdly colored, but it looks cool because her eyes still look right. The viewer always looks right at the eyes. So after you flip the paper and your words are backwards, see Eli Whitney's name, it's backwards. Then I'm gonna just dip this in. I'm gonna do my rainbow. I'm gonna color right over the eyeball. Do it on this one, rainbow and smile. That will paint it just right. And then I'm gonna pass it to my friends. So yours is backwards, so you can get started. When I flip it over, see his eyes look normal. That's why you're gonna get to have a lot of fun painting the back. In this bucket here, I have a lot of paint. I'm not gonna get them just yet. Some trays have mixtures of colors that make new colors. So you have yellow, like this. And see, I'm not even staying in the lines. Yellow. And I have blue. What do yellow and blue make when they mix? Green. Green, so look how cool that is. You're gonna go all the way to the edge. So this paintbrush, I just used it for yellow, green, and blue. Those colors work really well together because yellow and blue make green. So for the same brush, no matter which one of these colors I use, my brush doesn't need to get cleaned because it has these colors. And that's a good thing because I don't really want to use water with tempera paint. The water will make it the water's gonna make it like too liquidy and not stick to this plastic. So water on this is a problem. So I just wanna kind of do that. Now, what if I do wanna switch a color? I can give this to him. He can have the green and the blue and the yellow. And then I can grab a new color. Maybe I wanna do the pink or the red and the orange and the yellow. I'm gonna get the red and the orange, and I keep this brush with that because this works with these colors. If red mixes with green, it makes brown. If orange and blue mix, they make brown. If yellow and purple mix, they make brown. So this kind of keeps it all, you know, a little bit better. There are a lot of colors here you get to come choose. You're just gonna make sure to keep the colors with the one that it goes with. There's even some that have neon colors. These neon colors, I had a helper fill these up with me, and the helper put a little too much in. But if I'm wanting to do purple, I'm gonna keep the purple with the purple one.
What? That was actually perfect.
Can use some pink. And then you're going to put it on the rack to dry when you're done. You never really know how it turns out until you flip it. So depending on how you do it, you might love it or you might not love it so much, but it will still be cool. So that one kind of came out cool. I like the purple face and the blue on the side and the yellow on the forehead, kind of like the light shining down on him. When it dries, it's going to be really cool looking. So it's got to dry. Do you think you're going to put it paint side down or paint side up to dry? Definitely paint side up. And the rack, you need to put it on the bottom. And then voila, you'll have your cool scientist modern art.